Hello and welcome back. As you can see, we're back to the Victorian house. I know I've been building walls, decorating rooms, but I have not dressed any rooms yet. So what I'm going to do is start dressing rooms as we go through. And that, so what I'm going to do is dress the little girl's room, and I'm going to dress the little boy's room as well in this video. We got there's a little bit of stuff to put in there, and we ain't got like a great deal, but the stuff we have got, and then that is hopefully and that will fill it up a little bit. And that Shell's made a lot of it. I made some units and some bookshelves, and then we bought some stuff. So yeah, while we're on was on the subject of buying stuff, and then we did buy some books off of Temu. Because and we have brought a majority of these books for the bookshop. We're down in the basement of the Victorian house. But there's some of the books because we have used some of the books is in the children's bedrooms. But that is what the Timu books are like. And I hope you can see them. There's two there, and I'll bring them up to the camera, and I hope you can see them. And there's another one there, and but that's the size of them, and they are good, and those are nice. And I have made some myself, and and I made a little bit thicker ones because like all Timu ones all one size, but as you know in books, and then we get bigger and smaller. So and now I'm gonna put Timu's one there. Oh no, I ain't. And I'm gonna pick it back up and show the ones we made, the ones I made. And there's the ones Timu made, and they're the same size, or yeah, and then they're roughly the same size, but our one's a little bit thicker, so because you've got like in the thicker books. Okay, it's time to dress the little girl's room. And if you can remember back to one of our videos in the Timu stuff we got, and we ordered this bed, and they're for the little girl's room. And then I decided to put it in the little boy's room, and that too big for a little boy. And then because if we was going to use this for a little girl, the little boy's bed would have had a heart in it. So and I decided not to use the big bed for a little boy or for a little girl. And now what I'm going to use this is in the Monsters Mansion. So what I decided to do is use the one with the art in the back of it, and that for the little girl. And but I've made one for a little boy, but I'll show you that as we get to the little boy's room. And that's the little girl's bed. And then Cheryl put the sheets on. They made the covers and the pillows for it, as you see. And as it looks really, really good. You can see that. And so I'm going to put that down the back there. And so it's and then they're away from the fire, well close to the fire, but and away from the fire, so it keeps her nice and warm. And as in the winter months, sorry. And then plus what I have made. Oh no, sorry. Before I show you that, and then we did print off a doll's house to go into a doll's house that she can and they play with the dolls in it and all that. So put it down the back there. I'm gonna put in is the skipping rope with our mates, and then now you did see that in the tutorial and all that. So and she's just been skipping, and I'm going that over the doll's house, just like that. So that looks all right. That looks good. And then like as we got a cello, what we brought from Timu. There's a bow. So we're going to stand there is beside her bed, beside the fire, because when she does play that, and and then she has her mum and dad and that and we're shouting at her when she makes a racket. So and so we're just saying that there, and plus we're going to put his the book in, and then that what she's been reading is it's a nursery rhyme book, and all the pages and they do open. So what I'm going to do is lay that on But we'll lay that on her bed, I think. And then where she has been reading it. And plus, and she has got a little pet, a little toy dog. And then she likes cuddling when she's in bed. And so I will put that on her bed as well. Facing out like that. And also, what we got is a book, a shelf of what I have made. And we have stuck the books in it because otherwise, because they could keep falling out, and as in all you got to do is keep on and organising it all the time. That is the bookshelf I have made. And then as I made two of these, and then one for little boy as well. Yeah, we have made another unit, but I'll show you in that in just a moment. So that is a bookshelf, maybe where she can keep her books in. And I'm going to stand there in that corner over here, or beside the door. And there's and plus I've made a chest of drawers because you know what kids are like. And then if you buy one without the other, and as they do tend to argue, fight over, I want that. So if you just buy two of them, and then it stops all the arguments, all the fighting, and all that. So, and then that's why I made two of them for them. So, oh sorry, but and then I didn't show you it. And that's the unit, and all the drawers open in it. Oh, if I can get them open, and all the drawers open, and all that. But I still got to fill these up yet. So, and because there's still lots more stuff to go in there yet. And even when I got this stuff in and that is like a big must I must do is do the lighting on the back on each room, and that is what I do is copper wiring on the back, and but when I come to do that I will show you that on the and that is on the video. So let's just carry on. And then we've got a little teddy bear. Oh sorry, got a little teddy. And then what she likes playing with as well. So, and I'm going to stand that up there for the time being. And also, and then we've got two easels, one for little boy, and one for little boy and one for little girl. As you know, as I just said about like fighting and all that. So to keep them all happy, we'll just buy them. And then the same things. Well, not the same things because she's a little girl and a little boy. And there's also we got and then a little baby in a cot. And we did print off the cot, but I made a little baby in there, and the little pillar, and then the covers was underneath her. And that's how I'm going to sit that one that was over there, and we're going to stand the horse in there as well. We'll share mates. The horse there, so we're going to stand it over there, and then we got this hoop thing where you can either hang it on the wall or you can put it on the floor and we'll sling them hoops in. So we're going to put that over there, down there. Yeah, it reminds me, and that plus I've got to put pictures up on the walls as well. So yeah, ain't nowhere near finished yet. So and then plus we got a lot of kites, and then we'll show our mates. So we'll stand up by the bed. Stand up by the bed if you can see that. It keeps falling down, so I just can stand that up. And as I said, I ain't going to stick nothing in yet because I've got more stuff to go in now. You know, in time. And that's in plus I've got to like take it out, take stuff out, put the pictures up and all that. And that's and then we got like a pram. And that is 3D printed with a baby in, which I made in that. So that's the pram. So we put that there. And it was a little girl, and it was a little girl whose room it is. And then she's standing there looking at the the rabbit out there. So that's the little girl's room and that half done, because the curtains in there I've got to put up when I put the pictures up, get the lights on for the whole house, and then decorate these and the rooms on the these are doors on the way down, and then the same as the bedroom, bedrooms, the living room and bathroom and that. So that's the little girl's room. So what we're going to do is take the camera off, pan over the room, and then we'll go on to the little boy's room. Okay, sorry about the lighting, because that's why we need the lights on in the house. So, and that is a must to do. And then sorry about the shadows. Okay, we're at the little boy's bedroom now. And then that is the bed what I was talking about I made. Is this one here. And then Shao made the mattress and the quilt and the pillow to put on it. And I made the bed frame. So it's much better for a little boy that there was that one. And that is it was instead of that big one. So that's the little boy's bed done. Oh, sorry, I dropped it. Yeah. Shao made this. The mattress was a card, and then she got some sponge, and then stuck it went onto the card, and then stuck the sheet over and stuck it to the card, and then done the covers and then stuck it to that, and then left the pillow free so I can move it on and off, and that's the bed I made. I didn't coat it. I coated it a dark oak, but I didn't coat it on there because once you put the mattress and the covers on, it hides that anyway. But that's the bed I made for the little boy, and that's that looks good, and that's his bed and they're made up. So yeah, that's right. I thought that was the bottom then, but it ain't. Right, so and his bed's going to go kind of like roughly in the same place as the little girls. Or should I have it that way round? No, yeah. Well, we'll have it that way round. Because then you get more along this wall then, see, because you've got a fireplace there, and they get a bed there, and then really you can't get anything else this side of it. But on this side here, you can get more. And that's the bed. Yeah, I made the book shelf again. As I said, I made two of them. And there's his little boy's one, but put the books in. And because the books, I don't think a little boy and a little girl that age will have loads of books. And that, so they have like a couple of books, and then they just build it up as they go, and as they get older. So that's exactly the same as the one I made for the little girl. And that's and then what I do, I put it over there and down there, so you can see that one. And then I made like as a chest of drawers, and that's exactly the same one as the little girls. And then I can go where they ain't got nothing in it. Then we can see all the drawers are made in that inside, and the drawers open. And that one, but these chest of drawers I coated was light oak, and that bed's dark oak. So what I'm going to do is stand that one there, and then that's so good. So as I said, it gives me more room on that wall there. And then we got we got another easel. I will stand that over, and then I might stand it over. Yeah, I might stand it over there so he can play with it. And as he's got a drum, and as he's got a drum set and a bugle and all that. So I put the drum set behind, but well, I might stand that out the back there because it's a little bit bigger than the drum. So that out the back there. Put the bugle on his bed. Yeah, and plus like Shao made the fault. I tell Shao's made loads and loads of things, and then what she does is make them, and then she paints them. And there's even a 3D printed like there's a little girl, 3D printed, but Shao painted it, and a little boy, and there's in all the other 3D ones, and makes quite a bit of stuff and as it paints it. So there's a fault, and then we already seen where Shay showed you in the tutorial, and then we got the trolley with the bricks in, and there's a bit building blocks, and then we got a kite, and then because and then that's each kid's got their own kites, and that's so they don't argue. Put that on the floor there, and then we got a globe. Yeah, we've got a globe there to sit on the unit, and then we got a little boat with Michelle mates again, another one with Michelle's mates, and a fire engine, and then if you can see that little fire engine. So I'm going to stand the boat and the fire engine down on this unit here, so they're out of the way, because otherwise you're going to keep getting knocked off. And they're at the front there. I'll put that one there and that one there. And I don't know if you can see them. Oh, very could, but I'll just knock the boat around like that. The fault I've knocked out the back. So that's the fault. And then we got a little train set, and then that where he likes. And and the little boy himself. They were 3D printed and was shell painted again. So we're going to put that in there so he can be looking at his fault and figure out what he's going to do with it. And that so that's the that's the little boy's room dressed with some things, and the little girl's room dressed with some things, and then you can see both rooms. But before I do go, and now I'm just going to scan over there's a little boy's room, so you can see it's everything. And sorry about the lighting again. And there's and then what I'm going to do is take the light off the camera and hold it so you can shine it in better. Okay, I've taken the light off the camera, and I'm holding it in the other hand so we can see. And they're seeing a bit better now. And yes, it's coming together, and they're really good. So, and I am pleased with the way it's looking, but a little bit more stuff like pictures on the wall. And sorry about like I keep moving the light about, but I'm trying to find the best way where you can see all the stuff. And I know I've got a lot of shadows, and that's why I must get the lighting done in here. And yeah, and thank you for watching this video once again. And we'll catch you in the next one. So thank you very much, and speak to you later. Bye bye.